Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Melo,
Bro Flying.
T-Buggy, man.
Just the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
What up? It's your favorite sports show, Gas Sports for the Culture. I'm the host for the night. I'm Scruff. Yeah, having a good night. You feel me? I would say. First game was crazy for the playoffs. Playoffs been jumping for real, keeping me busy. NHL playoffs going on too. You know what I'm saying? Caps blew the game tonight. That was a tough ending for them. But let's get into it, man. Let's introduce the fellas and let's get into some good topics. Top right, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. You know who it is. Your boy Young Rome 22 on all socials as always. NBA playoffs been going crazy, man. A lot to get into there. I'm happy to be here with the fellas. Your favorite sports show on the net. So if you're watching out there and you're new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we got a great show for you tonight.
All right, bottom right.
At Bryce, XXV, Double I, a.k.a. Mr. Big Leaguer. Look, bro, Max Strus, you a bottom 5 NBA player, bro. Like, I don't even go on tirades like this, bro. I just watch this man throw the ball to the other team. I watched him last year in the playoffs. He non-existent when his team needed him the most. I watched this man celebrate after fast break layups as if he just hit a game winner. It's upsetting, man. It's upsetting. And to not be able to inbound the ball, to let Spider Mitchell's 48 points go meaningless, just a meaningless 48. I'm blaming you, Strus. I know you with the mob, bro. I know you locked in with the mob. It's the only explanation at this point. I had to get that off my chest, man.
All right, bottom left.
Hello, gentlemen, and hello, people. I just want to say, what are the odds of Aaron Judge being Mr. 400 at the end of the year? I know baseball is only 1 month in, but my man's batting average is, I believe, right now is like .427. He's tied top one in home runs hit at 12. I don't know, man. It feels good to see that Judge is still Judge after getting that big contract, and a lot of us Yankees fans didn't think it'll last this long.
Gee, you're living on cloud nine if you think he's going to be batting 400 come October.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What are you even talking about?
His batting average right now is 400, plus 400.
Which is impressive, don't get me wrong.
It's
But to
fucking
sustain
absurd.
that for the next, 6 months? Come on, bro.
Bro, this is like when Bryson and Rome be like 4 games into the season and they be like
Were you referring to the last season?
Terry McLaurin on pace for 1,600 yards this year. He going crazy.
Are you referring to last season? We were in the NFC championship game. Is that the season you're referring to, guy? What are you talking about?
No, I'm referring to every season when folks start projecting their stats ahead of time. It's too early, man. It's too early. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man, we will have no commander slander on this show today. We just got the draft coming to DC 2027. Everything is going up for my squad, bro. My squad is one of the most popular squads. I know your team just won a Super Bowl. Whatever, Scruff. Just fuck you and Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what?
Commanders over here.
I like that. I like that energy you coming with, but I'm gonna come with the energy. I wish you guys well. I hope you reach that pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? And my good taxpayer dollars are paying for your goddamn stadium. So you know what I'm saying? You're welcome. So let's get it, man. But the draft in DC about to be crazy. I love all that. The more that shit is.
Hey, gas live from the draft 2027.
I might be working that draft. Let's talk. But
it's not fucking cold.
Nah, it's gonna be April.
Yeah, we'll be straight.
Yeah,
it's either raining or cold.
Well, raining. Nah,
bro, that's that up north shit, man. We'll be straight in the DMV.
That's
New York ain't getting the draft.
That's why your teams ain't never gonna be shit, G, because you got a fucked up attitude. But
how's it fucked up if it's the weather, idiot? How am I supposed to control the weather? It's a fucked up attitude.
Here's the thing: is you don't realize that you can control the weather.
April rain brings May flowers. However the fuck it goes.
Nah, Nah. You think because if you visualize it's gonna rain, bro, I
Man,
guarantee you
let's get to the topic. Let's just move along. Let's just move along. Let's just move along.
It's gonna rain, bro. All right, let's get into it. First topic of the night, man. NBA playoffs. We're gonna dive right into NBA playoffs. Some interesting games going on the last couple games. You feel me? Cleveland, who many thought were in a situation where they could beat the Celtics in the series, they looking like they might even make it to the next round. Losing the first game to Indiana, which was a nice little upset, but now they had the second game in control, and I think they were up like 20 at one point, and now they ended up losing the lead down the stretch. Halliburton, that they down 3, misses the free throw on purpose, or round 2 rather, hits him with the step back with the game on the line as time expires. Insane ending. What's y'all thoughts? Instant reaction on that now, because that series is now 2-0 in favor of the Pacers, and now they're heading to Indiana. So you were supposed to be the best team, and you got 2 games hung on you at your home court. It's tough, man. But granted, they do have injuries. What are y'all thoughts here? What are y'all thoughts here? Can the Cavs come back from this series? And what the fuck is going on? Rome, I'm start with you.
Nah, man, I kind of think the Cavs are cooked. After the way this last one ended, to me, that a lot of the NBA playoffs has a lot to do with emotion, and that was a huge momentum, emotional swing. Halliburton hitting that step back 3. You say he missed the free throws on purpose. I mean, if that's how he was rocking, if he had that much confidence to know he was gonna be able to hit that, that's big time. That's money. I think we should be talking about him more on the show. I don't think he's gotten enough love. I don't think the Pacers themselves have gotten enough love. But this, either way, is a monumental collapse on the part of the Cavs. You can't drop those home games, especially not the way your season went. So this is a terrible look at Cleveland.
Bryce?
Bruh, a couple things I didn't like from Cleveland. Like, I'm going to say Max Strus's horrible performance for the end. The first thing I didn't like about Cleveland is I look at the bench, man. They pan over to the bench, the camera, and, they got 3 of their biggest players that are hurt. Garland, Mobley, Hunter, bro. These dudes on the bench kikiing, bro. Like, what is so fucking funny on the bench, bro? Y'all hurt. One of you is out with a big toe. Bro, you don't wrap that big toe up and get in the game. Hey, bro, I'm telling you straight up, bro. There's no way Michael Jordan misses a playoff game because of a big toe. I don't care what y'all talk about, man. It's people that are telling them to chop the toe off. All right, I'm getting in the game. All right, it's a different.
It's like prime time.
You feel me? You feel me, bro?
That's
Like
a pinky, but not like the big. Is it the big toe? Pause.
Bruh, I don't care which toe it is, bro. I don't care which toe it is. If your toe not broken, you got a sprained toe and you out, you don't want it bad enough, bro. They pan over to the bench. Garland, Mobley, and Hunter over there just kikiing and laughing. We down 0-1. Bro, ain't shit funny, bro. Ain't shit funny. Y'all should be stone-faced on the bench. And then, we can call it an epic collapse, but no, it really wasn't an epic collapse. It was just a horrible inbound pass, probably the worst inbound pass. It looked like a child inbounding the ball, bro. Probably the worst inbound pass I've seen in the history of basketball by Max Strus, man. Max Strus, I know you had 23, 22 points tonight, but now it means absolutely nothing, bro, because the one moment that you were accountable for, you could not be counted on. And, I just feel bad that my man Spider Mitchell's 48 points was for absolutely nothing. Now, as far as the series, I don't think the series is over, dog. This is some Pacer shit to do, to come win some games you're not supposed to win. I wouldn't be shocked if the Cavs win the next 2 games in Indiana, bro. And we're looking at an even series, bro. I don't think that the Cavs are overmatched in any way in this series. I think, I could easily see the Cavs going back to Indiana, winning 2, and then we tied 2-2. it's hard. It's hard right now to take the Cavs to win the series, so I won't go that far. But yeah, I mean, it's disappointing because the Cavs all year were a team that showed a lot of growth from last season, and you would have thought would have performed a little better. I get you missing your three of your biggest players, but no excuse for that Max Strus inbound pass. Just a horrible ending if you're a Cavs fan.
I mean, based off your pre-show breakdown of Max Strus, I don't think you really believe the Cavs are going to win the next 2 games in Indiana.
Bro, they're not going to win if they have to rely on Max Strus, bro. Because we saw that last year. They had to rely on Max Strus, and
That's true.
Happened. That's why they went out and traded for DeAndre Hunter, right? Like, I mean, so if they get Hunter, Mobley, and Garland, give them some minutes. I mean, bro, if with they full gambit of players, the Pacers are gonna have a fit with that. But if they gotta rely on Max Strus, then yeah, you're right, bro. So we'll see. If we really just need one of the 3 guys that was injured tonight, and I think next game is the Cavaliers' victory.
I think they might get 1 in Indiana, but I don't think that'll be enough. This series could go 7. That's the only way the Cavs have a chance.
I'm about to swing it to G because my man G, I said I couldn't believe a thing that he said, but one thing that he did say was Pacers in 6. So what are your thoughts here, G? You looking mighty vindicated.
I mean, not really, because not for nothing. The Cavs had to play the bench deep just because they had these 3 starters out. I'm not that much impressed about the Pacers because they let. I know they came back from like a 20-point deficit, and let's put a little bit more into contact when it comes to like you seeing these guys how laughing, but they're laughing when they were up by 20. These guys weren't just laughing throughout the whole game. You saw they stopped showing them the video, stop putting them on the TV screen once they were down like up to 9. Like, come on now. I think this is more about the Pacers. This says like, yo, why the Pacers didn't went out and blown these guys out how they did a game and won. Like that game was more like, okay, show that Pacers came into play because they knew like the Cavs were down. Now the fact that the Cavs came and played, yeah, they didn't close out, but this tells me more about Donovan Mitchell. How the fuck doesn't he close this game out? Like eventually, like we always talked highly about Donovan Mitchell when he was in Utah because this is not the first time he's on a great team and he's like he's in the top 2 seeds. Remember when he was in Utah? And he lost
Donovan
in the first
Mitchell
round?
he's literally scored every time he had the ball.
But he's not winning
they were up. They were up 2 points and inbounding the ball, bro.
But eventually, you got to be the starter and close out these games.
No, G. This is the point. They were up with the ball. They were up 2 points with like 15 seconds left. All they had to do was inbound the ball, bro. This is not on Donovan Mitchell.
I have to, bro. He's your star. He's your star player. In my opinion, you got to start blaming the stars. We always talk down about the stars. Whenever the team loses, we praise the stars.
Did you see
praise
the game?
Stars when they're winning, and then we pray. Then we got to shit on the stars when they're losing.
Did you see the game?
Donovan Mitchell.
Did you see the game?
Yes, I seen the game.
If I'm the star quarterback and I bring my team down and we score a touchdown, right?
You weren't down.
We scored. No matter. Let's say we go up. Let's say we go up 7 points, right? And then we kick the ball off, and the defense stops the other team, and they punt the ball to us, and our punt returner fumbles the ball, and then the defense picks it up and runs it to the house. That's not on the quarterback, bro. Like that's it.
But see, you can't make the same comparison with football and basketball.
No,
throwing away the inbounds.
Throwing away the inbounds.
To watch how that game ended and say Donovan Mitchell was the reason, you crazy. You had him up 2 with 15 seconds left.
Donovan Mitchell had him up 20.
If Donovan Mitchell would have had the ball in his hands at the end of that game, the game would have ended differently. He couldn't get the ball in his hands because they had careless turnovers and like the play that Bryce was saying, they threw the ball away.
I'm gonna blame the star player in this one, man. But hey, listen, do I think the Cavs could tie this series up? And then at the Pacers, yes, I think the Cavs can win the next 2 games.
Well, you're back to me not believing anything you say, man. Because you I don't know. I'm not loving your take, but I will leave it at there. I'm not gonna.
It's just because I didn't think the Cavs were gonna be this hurt going into the series. Not until I found out. I thought just the kid Garland was the only one hurt. I didn't know the rest of these guys were hurt. And then I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh shit. The
Me
3
neither, for
starters.
real.
Like I legit said that taking 6, thinking that Garland was the only one out. Not to come find out that damn, they have like the damn near the whole roster's damn near out.
Well, they all got hurt last game, which is also insane. Like,
oh, you see, at this point, so do we see them having a comeback?
they
I
need
think the
one of those
Pacers win the
guys.
series.
You got to have one of those guys come back.
I think the Pacers gonna win the series. I mean,
Yeah. So we all saying that the Pacers is in 4 now. I'm feeling like it's in 4. If none of these guys can come back, it's in 4.
nah, it's not gonna be in 4. I feel like they're gonna come back, and like somebody gonna come back. They're gonna make a push, but they're not gonna drop. I don't think they're gonna drop both games at home. The reason being is like typically when you're at home, that's when your role players usually play well. You know, that's when Max Strus gonna get you 22. You know what I mean? But so like the Pacers, I ain't
see
gonna hold
that
you,
face
bro.
right there. He don't even believe that shit.
Nah, but that's what the Pacers got a good team, bro. One thing about the Pacers is I think they're a good example of how the play-in tournament is actually a good thing. Because remember they won the play-in tournament a few years ago, and then they actually developed big game experience due to the play-in tournament, and then they got in the playoffs. I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm not mistaken, and then this year they making some legitimate noise, and people had them counted out of this series. They stole that first game. Second game, you could say the Cavs blew it. But here we are, 2 games up. Now, when they go home, there's guys on the Pacers that really be going crazy, like Nembhard. Like, Nembhard really be cooking, bro. Nembhard, Matherin, like, they really got a squad. But, yeah, man, ever since I seen Halliburton's dad getting in Giannis's face, I realized this might be their year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I felt the same way.
This might be their year because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just a moment.
I can't agree with that, bro. To me, that moment was weak. I ain't gonna hold you. And honestly, bro, the Pacers. I'm not trying to on their roster construction. I think they got good coaching, and I think they got a solid leader in Halliburton. I think Halliburton's a real good player. But like when it really comes down to like isolation, creation, basketball, and it's tough to say this because we're looking at a guy that just hit a step back 3 for the winner, right? But like, I still think they're lacking that from a roster perspective.
Like a 3-point shooter, yes.
Just like that guy that can give him a bucket at any given moment from anywhere on the floor. I like Halliburton a lot, but he's the distributor. And don't get me wrong, it's tough to say this after we were on the heels of him hitting a crazy game winner. But like, dog, the Pacers were no match for the Celtics last year, bro. And they added DeAndre Hunter, which is great. I mean, he's a solid pickup for them. But like, I have no more confidence in the Pacers roster than I had in them following the series versus Celtics last year, bro. I just think that they kind of have caught the Cavs at the right time, right? The Cavs were missing Garland, and now they're missing 2 more pieces. And even with that, Spider Mitchell put the Cavs on his back, and they should have had a win tonight were it not for Max Strus. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, it wouldn't shock me if the Cavs come out and run off 2 at Indiana's place.
Yeah, nah, I do want to adjust my stance there a little bit. Like, I do think the Pacers will win the series, but I don't think the Pacers is like some like great team. I think they're just a team that just had some fortunate circumstances. But we've seen that work out well for people. You play.
I mean, even good point, but like my bad to interrupt, but even with the Giannis shit last series, bro.
Yeah,
bro, the Bucks was missing their second best player.
Yeah.
Like, so they caught Giannis with absolutely no help. Mm-hmm. All he had was Thanasis, whatever his brother's name is. Giannis with no help, with an aging Brook Lopez and a few other randos. You know what I'm saying?
Kyle Kuzma and stuff. Nah,
Kuzma, one of the worst playoff performances of all time. I think he averaged like 4 points or something in the series, something crazy. But like, yeah, they just caught him at the right time, and it's that's a part of the playoffs is the draw that you get. You know what I'm saying? The luck of the draw for sure. So I don't want to take nothing away from them for beating who was in front of them. But dog, they probably get beat by the Knicks and the Celtics.
Oh, 100%,
Nah,
100%.
not the
No,
Knicks.
100%, 100%. I agree.
Not
I
the
agree with that. I think the winner of that series is going to end up taking the East, especially if the Pacers come out. I do believe that the Pacers are a product of some very fortunate circumstances. Like Bryce said, you basically like Giannis go down in the first round, Dame is out. That's pretty much a gimme. Right now in the second round, Cavs going down with injuries, multiple. Their starters is down to injuries. Now they looking like that's going to be a gimme. I mean, unless they get another gimme in the conference finals, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, let's switch gears here. We talking about the East Pacers series. Let's swing it over to the other side. We got another guard over there doing big things. Obviously, maybe even bigger things. For real, Jalen Brunson and the Knicks had a crazy game yesterday. Brunson performed very well in the clutch, as he does. I think he won some type of NBA clutch award. I think that's a new thing. But yeah, Knicks got a game one, but that's not the whole story. The truth of the matter is the Celtics were up and they just kind of shot themselves out of the game, losing, just shooting at a terrible, terrible clip, and they continue to shoot it. Which, admittedly, I know the Celtics pretty well. I watched a lot of Celtics basketball, usually on the losing end of it. So I know exactly how they play. But they shot themselves out of that game, and they just continued to shoot. And they shot like 63s, if I'm not mistaken. So is this first game, is it more about the Celtics? Did they lose that game? Did they blow that game? Or was it more so the Knicks triumphantly winning that game? Bryce, I'm starting with you on this one.
Yeah, this is a good question. And I think it goes both ways a bit, but let's not forget, Brunson had the game winner and had an easy bucket for the game winner and blew it, right? Dog, you go to overtime at home, we're supposed to pencil that in as a W, bro. If you're the Celtics, bro. They came out doing the same shit they did in the fourth quarter. Overshooting, shooting, like you said, shooting. I definitely think this is a case where the Celtics lost the game and they got their formula, right, is no longer a tough, hard-nosed formula, bro. Last year, they won the championship on some hard-nosed shit, bro. Don't get me wrong, they was jacking threes for sure, but they were driving to the rack consistently. And this game, I just didn't see that. I think that the Knicks, even with Karl-Anthony Towns, who takes a lot of flack. I'm a Karl-Anthony Towns fan. I don't know. I feel like people hate on him a little too much. But they are the tougher of the two teams, bro. That was on display, right? They're to me, they're the tougher of the two teams right now. Celtics playing with way too much finesse, and the Knicks are willing to punch you in the mouth. I think the Celtics are in trouble. I don't think they win the series at this point, based off what I saw in game one. And at this point, I think the Knicks are my favorite to come out of that series. We'll see how the Celtics respond in game two, but I think there's a certain level of symmetry. And honestly, I always debated this about the Celtics, that I felt like the team wasn't all the way symmetric, meaning the pieces, although they are all really good pieces, don't fit as a good enough puzzle. But last year it worked, and I think they were also kind of a benefit of that luck of the draw I spoke about earlier. And I can run through who they played each round. But let's not forget they caught in the championship, they caught Kyrie-less Mavs, right? So let's not forget these things, right? They were also a benefit of the luck of the draw. And I think that if you have a team that's at full strength, like the Knicks are right now, it's some real good matchups across the board. And I think the Knicks have crafted their team specifically to deal with the Celtics, bro. You got two defenders, and obviously Mikal Bridges, who probably has the longest arms outside of my man from Fantastic Four, bro. Mikal Bridges' arms. My man got to have 6 foot arms. It's ridiculous, bro. Each arm is 6 foot. Man's got a 12-foot wingspan, bro. But And then you talk about my guy OG Anunoby, who y'all know I'm high on, and no two players are more perfect to guard Tatum and Brown than Anunoby and Bridges, bro. And they stepped up huge on the offensive end as well.
Yeah, you make a lot of good points. You make some bold points. One thing I can 100% agree on with you is the Knicks are a tough team. I know this personally. Last year, my team going up against the Knicks, man, they was kicking our ass, bro. For real, and like in all the hustle areas, and they got a little tougher, in my opinion. They, even though Cat, doesn't necessarily portray those type of qualities. The brother is he's a big dude. He's a center. They actually got bigger up front, and then they added Bridges as well, who was scrappy, and you saw how that played out for them because he actually stole the ball in the final possession and just took the cookies straight from Jaylen Brown. But all right, Rome, what's your thoughts here on this Celtics and Knicks series?
Yeah, man. I think Bryce made some excellent points, bro. But I think it's a little bit of an overreaction, a little bit of a reach after the first game. I do think this will be a tough series for the Celtics. He made some excellent points about how tough the Knicks are. You just made the same points. But I think this is a series that the Celtics could easily adapt to, make the necessary adjustments. I mean, game one went to overtime, so it's not like they got embarrassed or had a Max Strus type of level of collapse. But I think the Celtics will be fine. I think they make the adjustments. This could be a 7-game series, but I don't see the Celtics losing to the Knicks here. And I think history is on my side. The Knicks typically tend to blow these things. They tend to get in their own way somehow. They tend to lose a key player here, or maybe Cat all of a sudden is the soft guy that everybody claims he is, and they can't punch people in the mouth. But I think, the Celtics obviously have a long history of championships and getting there. So I don't think that they go out in the second round to the Knicks. That just doesn't sound right to me. And I think it's an overreaction to say that it could go that way after one game. But I will say that Brunson is slowly becoming my favorite player in the NBA. He's one of my favorite players to watch. It was Ja Morant. He's surpassed him. And honestly, I think if the Knicks do win this series, I won't be mad because that will further the legend of Jalen Brunson that is currently growing. So I'm with that.
Yeah, man, Brunson's been balling. Brunson has been balling, man. Yeah, okay, interesting takes there. One thing that I thought funny about your take was that the one thing that's funny when people talk about the Celtics is like they won it last year, cool. But then it's like, okay, now we like throwing in like shit that happened in like the 50s and 60s as like part of their like credentials. Like, let's chill out, okay?
They're a well-run franchise.
They're Celtics, so like,
the organization has a rich history, a richer history more recently than the Knicks, I guess.
So the Celtics gonna come back because Bob Cousy. All right, bro. G, man, what's your thoughts here? I know you're not a non-biased party. We know about your hate for the Knicks, and we know about your inability to speak about things objectively. So let's hear what you got to say.
First of all, you're not going to talk about the Knicks and act like they won this shit. I think Boston lost this shit. Fuck out of here. You call Anthony Towns. You mean to tell me he only scored 14 points with no Porzingis? What kind of bullshit is that? Fuck out of here, man. Listen, and on top of that, Boston lost by 3 points in overtime. Like at this point, man, why the fuck the Knicks don't even blow these guys out? At least win by 10 points to make me feel like, okay, you guys won this. Like you guys let this shit to go to overtime. I actually blame Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown for this shit loss, man. They were just chucking up threes. They forgot to play the mid-range game. See, they start playing like D'Antoni is their head coach, or like you're being told you can only shoot fucking threes. Like, what the fuck is going? You're just, bro. I could have been out there playing and shooting them shit and hoping to God I could just make one. Because at that point, that's what I'm looking for. That's what Boston was doing. And y'all not about to sit here. I know y'all know my dislike for Cat. I think he's a soft player. Pause. I think he's overhyped. I think I just like finesse big men for some odd reason, and y'all want to consider him a top 5 center in the league. I don't even think he's top 10. I actually think Karl Anthony Towns is a horrible player in this team. I don't think he's good. I think he's a defensive liability. You know what? I overheard over the weekend? Dominicans don't play in New York. You know where they play? They play in Boston. All the best Dominicans go out and play in Boston. And as a Yankees fan, I kind of gotta agree to that. All the best Dominicans went out and played with the Red Sox. Name me a good Dominican that played for the Yankees. And the one that did left and went and play now plays in Queens.
Lot to unpack there. We crossing sports.
You telling me Robinson Cano wasn't a great Yankee?
Yeah.
No, because his ass went over there in Seattle, and that shit went to shit.
It's crazy.
After Jeter left, Robinson Cano was nothing. All I'm saying
That's a little disrespectful.
And it is what it is, man. 2 guns up to him if he don't like to smoke. All I'm saying is, Karl Anthony Towns overhyped. He should have played better. He should have been the most dominant player. Once you know Porzingis wasn't coming to play in, how the fuck you get yourself in some foul trouble? Like, bro, I would have been killing Al Horford. I mean, get the fuck out the way. Like, I'm the only person that I'm here I'm more impressed about, and I can't shit on, is Rome's favorite player right now. God damn, Brunson. I fucking hate you. You made me miserable the other night. I was sick to my stomach watching you score those threes. I was like, what the fuck am I watching here? I hate the Knicks. And I was just there like, ugh. I had the sour face on. What is this? You made me bitter. But nah, like I said, I'm not gonna give this to the Knicks. I gotta give this little smoke to the Boston. They gave this game up. They were up by like 20. They should have won this game. Shit. But I still got Celtics in 5, baby. Celtics in 5, man. I had to change up the sweep to gentleman's sweep now.
Yeah, no, I like that too. Boston in 5. I think this is the kind of game that wakes Boston up.
Wow, y'all,
Boston in 5, bro.
Y'all going crazy with that. I expect G to say that. Go ahead.
You just had Bryce saying the Knicks are gonna win, but never said a number. Over here hedging his bet. Fuck out of here.
Oh, yo, you want me to say how many games? All right, I say the Knicks get it done 6 games.
Fuck out of here. So they're gonna steal another one in Boston?
They're gonna take all 3 in New York.
All right. I do have some thoughts, G, about your take. One thing I never made sense to me about you is you're a New York Giants fan, but you don't like the Knicks. Like, you hate the Knicks.
You gotta correct that, Scrub. He's now a Cleveland.
I'm not a junior Giants
fan.
fan.
Yeah, Scrub, you weren't here last week. That's right.
You got me fucked up. Fuck wrong with you.
You weren't here last week, bro.
You weren't here last week. You got me fucked up, Playboy. You got me fucked up. Fuck the New York Giants.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about the Giants. They can eat both of dicks.
On the note of making better choices in life, I do think that you should consider like putting your axe, putting it in the closet that you've been grinding with the Knicks. Put it in the closet for a week, and you might just find yourself. You might just see that what's happening in New York is something special, man. And shout out to South Jersey, shout out to World Wide West, man. They built a hell of a team out there. Leon Rose and them boys, man. And Brunson, man, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, the roots. The roots are all there, man. Brunson dad was the coach at Camden High when DJ Wagner was there, man. It's all connected, bro. It's all connected, bro.
All they did was bring the band back together, the Villanova band, for real.
Yep.
That was a great college team, I mean.
Like,
and Anunoby.
I ain't gonna hold you. G, I might pull a G out here and go become a Knicks fan. They you know what I mean? I'm really liking what I'm seeing from them boys.
Y'all boys.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't that kind of guy.
Listen, dog. It wouldn't
listen, man. Stop, man. Don't listen to Bryce. Bryce like being miserable. Look at that shit got in his forehead. Pause. that man is miserable.
Man.
He like gets up in the morning because he in the back of his mind, somewhere in that crevice in the back of his noggin, he thinks there's hope, glimmer of hope.
Hey, you know what, G? You switched football teams, and Bryce didn't. And where did his squad end up last season?
Man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Y'all go from
That's
having
what
parties to
loyalty gets you.
y'all kick the dealer out.
Exactly,
Man,
bro.
get that shit together. Fuck
These
out of
boys,
here.
that's the problem with these boys, man. They don't know loyalty, man. And when you don't know loyalty, you end up like G.
Nah,
Every
there's a
week, you
difference
got
between
every week.
loyalty and being blind.
You roll with
And
the
I ain't
flavor of the
blind.
month, man. You're a flavor of the month as dude, G. Whatever the flavor of the month is, you riding with it, bro. Me, I'm a
That's
loyalist.
cap. That's cap.
I stick with the ones that got me there, man.
Hey, what they got you? You ain't never seen a Super Bowl from your boys. What they got in you there?
Well, I will. I'll see one before you see one with the Browns. How about that?
Oh man. Max Strauss out there throwing passes like a Browns quarterback already.
Nah, I agree though, man. I agree, man. Loyalty bring forth royalty. But let's move on to a team that has not been loyal, and that's the Denver Nuggets. They fired their coach. They fired the GM, and Jokic out there coaching is what it looked like. But it's looking pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I woke up. I actually, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to do a better job with my sleep cycle, man. I missed the ending of the game, man. I'm pissed. Nuggets came back, bro. Down like 10 down the stretch. Came back. Watched the funniest video I ever seen in my life, bro. Watching the Nuggets studio cast, watching the end of the game, and they're watching the end of the game, and they see Westbrook going down, and they thinking what everyone else is thinking. Westbrook about to go straight to the cup. He gonna do a Westbrook, and then that man said, "Hit that pass! Oh shit!" Aaron Gordon hitting the three. And Bryce was just talking about Aaron Gordon, how much his game is developed and rounded out, and he's become a pivotal player for the Nuggets. So now the Nuggets, who were major dogs in that game one, now done stole game one on the road against the Thunder. So the Thunder, who I think a lot of people were saying that they were the favorites to come out the West. Now, how do you feel about this series? Now that this is, you know what I'm saying, the Nuggets done took the game one. And let's not forget the Nuggets have experience that the Thunder do not. Bryce, I'm going to start with you on this one.
Yeah, definitely a great comeback, man. I was going in and out of sleep trying to stay up. And I was able to pop up for the last probably 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and I caught it. So it was rewarding. I got a nap in and still saw the end of the game. But I can't speak for the entirety down the stretch. So I did fall asleep for a minute. Went back and watched some of the condensed game footage. Honestly, to me, it's like the Thunder experience is coming to bite them, right? You got this team where your only real vet is Caruso. And Caruso ain't won shit. Was he with the Lakers during that bubble chip? I can't remember. But Caruso ain't never played a pivotal role in winning shit, even if he has one, right? He wasn't the reason, and he wasn't like a go-to guy on that team, even if he was on that bubble chip. I can't remember if Caruso was there for that bubble chip though. But yeah, so I would just say like that's the Thunder's issue right now, and I think you can lose one game because of that and bounce back relatively quickly. So I'm not so quick to write the Thunder off after that loss. But definitely an impressive win by the Nuggets. If Aaron Gordon continues to play at the level he's played now for going on 2 series in a row, the Nuggets are hard to beat, dog. I mean, that's just a tough team to beat if he's like that. Aaron Gordon playing like what we thought Michael Porter Jr. would be. What does it say? He's basically he became Michael Porter Jr. ceiling. Crazy work. Bro. Crazy work, but I like what I see from the Nuggets. I think this series goes 7, and to me, this is a toss-up. Coming into the series, I was definitely leaning Thunder. Now I'm leaning Nuggets, but I still think it goes 7.
All right, fact check. Caruso is an NBA champion,
so he was on that bubble chip, but he wasn't doing shit over there.
He's not exactly the guy that you want to look at when you look.
But that's their vet, bro. That's their vet. Their vets are Caruso and Hartenstein, who I don't even think is playing right now, is he? But that's their vets, bro. And dog, it's tough. That's tough when that's your vets.
You make a good point. I was saying the same thing to G on the phone a couple of days ago. We talking about that Rocket series, and I said, as good as the Rockets young boys were, you know, it was the vets that they really had to depend on, and your vets is Steven Adams and Van Vliet, and that's not a bad thing. But like, they're not exactly your top billing scorers. It's not like, you know, you got KD or some shit. But anyway, Ron, what's your thoughts here on this Nuggets Thunder series?
I think it was an impressive win by the Nuggets, right? It kind of justifies, you know, the coaching changes and all that. However, I don't kind of like the Celtics series. I don't think you can just count the Thunder out. I don't know if I missed any takes that anybody had, but I wouldn't count the Thunder out for sure, especially the season the SGA is having. Bryce made some good points though. If the Nuggets can perform like they did in the first game, then it could be a tough series. But I don't foresee them coming out that way every single game for this series. So I'm still rocking with the Thunder.
G.
Give me the Nuggets, man. My only question is back to what Bryce says. Where the fuck is Michael Porter Jr.? Well, he played some bets with his little brother, bugging the fuck out. My son was 1 for 8 for field goal and 0 for 3 at the 3-point line. What the fuck? I thought Aaron Gordon was a fourth option. What the fuck? Can someone here tell me what happened to Michael Porter Jr.?
I don't know.
I think he'll bounce back, bro. I think he'll bounce back.
He's all right, bro. He never really took that step, bro. I never really took that step in his career. He's just kind of just been who he's been. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because this guy was
he never got better.
The second coming of LeBron James type shit. No, coming out of Missouri.
Yeah. He had a lot of hype. He had a lot of hype pre-draft, like, you know, like not really pre-draft, like prior to him getting to college, and then he kind of didn't live up to the hype, and he kind of slipped in the draft boards. He was always known as having immense talent and potential. He was supposed to be the number 1 pick potentially, and he ended up falling all the way down to, like, I don't know.
Yeah, because they say he had back issues, some crazy shit like that. I don't know, man.
Yeah, he got back. He had the back issues, but it seemed like the real other issue is that he not really improving much.
My thing is the real MVP, the only MVP, Jokic, is going to be up to him whether he wants to put him in the lineup still or not. Because I don't know what to tell you. The real MVP, the number 1 player in basketball, going to dictate his future from here on out. Because Westbrook, I love Westbrook. This bro, and shout out to Westbrook, bro, for making the best play of the night. Instead of going for the 2, throws it out. Oh man, and talk about the momentum he giving that team.
Yeah, that's a fact. But
very fortunate.
They said there was that they was talking the basketball was talking to Westbrook like the Green Goblin mask. Drive it, you know, for the layup. But it's wild that Aaron Gordon has become Michael Porter Jr.'s ceiling, and Michael Porter Jr. has become Aaron Gordon's floor.
Oh shit!
That's crazy work, bro.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But nah, I mean, I do feel like pressure is on for the Thunder. I feel like they gotta really clap back and make a statement. Because I feel like you can't afford to lose this if you SGA, mostly. Because SGA, if they lose this series, granted, you know, they're still a young team, they'll be back. But SGA it'll forever attain his MVP. Because if he wins MVP this year, which I think most people are expecting that he will, and then Jokic ends up beating him in the playoffs, then we know what kind of narrative it's going to be. It's going to be kind of like Embiid's MVP. They're going to be like, but Jokic beat you in the playoffs, though. You know what I mean? With an undermanned squad, and they fired the coach and the GM, and now Jokic out here coaching. You know what I mean? So crazy shit, bro. For real. So I feel like the Thunder got to clap back. But we'll see what happens, man. I'm still with the Thunder on this series, but I'm a little nervous. I think this is going 7 though. I do see this going 7. On the flip side, man, we got another series that's going on literally right now. Golden State, Minnesota. First game. It's tonight. Golden State got off to a hot start. The game is still happening right now. As of right now, they have 13. But Steph Curry got hurt in the first in the first half, and I don't know what the prognosis is, but some people are saying it's potentially he's going to miss maybe a game or two. So that does change the outlook of the series. Now, we don't know for sure. Let's just assume that Golden State holds on for this win tonight here, stealing one in Minnesota. This game is not over, though. But how does that change the outlook of the series with Steph out? And, like, who do y'all got in this series? Because, I mean, in reality, the Timberwolves were the favorites to win this series. So now if Steph's gone, oh Lord, and Edwards doing them things. All right, what's the outlook of the series for you guys? How do y'all feel now with Steph going out? Does this kind of lean it towards the Timberwolves, or do y'all feel like the Warriors still got a chance here? Wrong.
Man, with no Steph, I think the Warriors are pretty much cooked. I think the reason the game is fairly close right now is because they jumped out to such a big lead with him in the game. I believe he had like 13 points in 13 minutes was what he did tonight before he got hurt. But then, you know, it was looking like they were gonna keep the momentum going. They were up, I believe, 20 something at one point, but with no Steph. I don't really give him much of a shot. And Edwards been cold all game. It looks like he's finally heating up in the fourth quarter. And look, the chances of him starting a game 0 for 8 or 0 for 10 or whatever the hell it was today, that's not going to happen for a full series. So I was taking I was taking the Wolves either way, the Timberwolves either way, but I'm definitely rocking with them now.
Bryce?
Yeah, I agree with Rome there. If there's no Steph, Draymond not hitting 4 for 5 for 3 to start a game every game. All right, he'll give you that once every 30 games. He'll give you that on a semi-annual basis. he ain't giving you that consistently. I think that I definitely will go with the Wolves if Steph can't play. Steph does play, it makes it interesting. Don't forget, this is a Jimmy Butler revenge tour.
Yeah.
I think he left the Wolves with a little bit of bad blood. I don't think it was all copacetic when he left that organization. So I think he's balling with a little extra on his chip on his shoulder. We'll see how it shakes out, man. But I lean Timberwolves here.
A lot of them guys that was on that team not even there no more, Bryce. But I feel you.
But it's more about the organization.
Organization. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I see what you're saying. They did tell the team, but I'm just fucking with you. But anyway, no, I agree. I feel like there's a little something extra on there. But yeah, losing Steph is crucial. We don't know though how much we don't know if he's gonna miss time. So it's wrong to assume that, but he did suffer a hamstring strain. And
I'll say this. If they end up losing this game and he can't go in game 2, it's over. Ooh. The whole series is over. If they lose this game somehow and he can't go in game 2, I got the Wolves on 4.
I do agree that they need to win this game. This is absolutely it's crazy to say, but this is absolutely a must-win game for them. Now that Steph is out, because you need to cash in on the fact that you had whatever you got from Curry in this first game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to get it in game 2 probably, it seems. So I agree. I feel like this is a must-win game for them. Honestly, I'm feeling like we should end the show and watch this game. No, I'm fucking around, but it's a crazy game, man. Crazy game. But I don't even know who to pick. The Steph thing really fucks me up because I was really going to pick the Warriors. I really don't know. I'm just really here to enjoy the series at this point. Anybody got any other thoughts on this series? G, you're on mute.
Yeah, I mean, anybody? Go ahead, G.
Give me Timberwolves, man. Fuck these old motherfuckers, man. It's all about the new NBA, the young studs, pause, the new guys, man. The new sheriffs in town, man. Fuck all these old heads. Fuck Jimmy. Fuck Golden State. Matter of fact, the same way Bryce felt earlier about this kid Strauss, I feel the same way about these old players, except for LeBron James, my GOAT. The rest of these old heads, man, fuck all these old heads. And fuck Draymond Green.
Man, your go got
You do
bounced
really
out,
be
bro.
all over the place, dog. That's why I say I can't trust you, bro. Like I
Man,
really
don't
can't
trust
you.
me. Trust Jesus. I ain't nobody tell you to trust me. Fuck.
I do. I feel you. I do feel you.
Don't trust me.
I feel you on that. I feel you on
Don't
that.
trust Jesus, man.
But like Jimmy Butler was your man's, bro.
You
Like,
said
that was
it
your
was
man.
past tense.
That
Anyone
was your
trying to go to
man.
Warriors?
I don't know what type of camp you're running over there, G.
We in shambles right now, man. The Giants drafted defensive end, knowing they're gonna pick up a fucking quarterback. Bum ass.
That's something else. Like, it's not a whole topic. I don't want to spend time talking about that.
Lineman. Fucking
But
bums.
your boy Abdul Carter is a cloud chaser.
Man, Abdul Carter could eat a bowl of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they got 2 pass rushers that are cloud chasers over there.
Like, wear your own number, bitch. Like, what's wrong with you? Why everybody trying to unretire a number? Like, that is like such a entitled thing to do, in my opinion.
Nah, that's a Dallas thing to do, man. Only in Dallas, man. We ain't in Dallas, man.
Nah,
I mean, they're not in Dallas.
That's what y'all do over there.
I don't know what they do over there.
That's what y'all
I'm
doing
a Browns
over there.
fan. I don't know what the fuck you got going on over there, buddy. Fuck.
Man, as soon as the season starts, this man G gonna be hyping up Jackson Dart. Like,
Yeah,
Bruh.
all right, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, bro. Your man G leaves the Giants. They're gonna make the playoffs his first year. Non-fan. That boy gonna be sick, bro. That boy gonna
He not gonna be able to stay. He's not gonna stay on that side.
We are gonna realize that G was the problem all along.
Oh shit! I was a jinx.
I heard G became a fan after Eli's last Super Bowl, so he's boldest as a Giant. He'll continue to be boldest as a Brown.
Never that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't vouch for you there, G.
bro, going from the Giants to the Browns, bro. Come on now. That's just misery to misery.
Hey man. At least I know consistency when I see it. Not that bullshit with the Giants.
Consistency of what?
It's just being dumbasses.
Y'all on y'all way though.
On what, man? Shador gonna get us up out of there, you heard?
I'm still referring to the Giants. Y'all on y'all way. Y'all been pretty consistently making dumbass decisions. So.
Hey man, watch when I pull up the Shador jersey on y'all. Fuego.
Hey, just enjoy baseball season, G. Just enjoy baseball season.
I know, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna be at the Yankees and Mets game next Sunday. Not this Sunday that's coming up, the 18th.
I hope New York loses.
Which New York fuckface?
All right, fellas. I think that's all we got for tonight.
Sinners. Y'all watched it? Y'all still on some? Y'all ain't watching
I'm going this weekend.
You said that last week, so now I know.
Nah, Bryce said that last weekend.
When that joint gonna come? When that joint gonna come to the TV, bro? That's where I'm at.
I saw it last week, G. We can have a conversation about it offline. It was solid though. I'll say this.
It was good.
It was good, bro. But like I don't know, man. The internet age, bro. It has your hopes too high for shit, bro. Like I thought it was gonna be better than it was. I give it an 8 out of 10. Solid. I gave it like a 7.58. I'll give it an 8 just because of some of the content and some of it has some really good cinema what I'm looking for. Cinematography. Some good cinematography. There we go. I was drawing a blank there for a second. Some real good cinematography. But I wasn't overly impressed. But I think I wouldn't go as far as to say classic, like I saw some people saying. But it was good. It was good. Worth a watch.
Is it true that it's gonna be like a whole series of these joints, or is that like bullshit?
They kind of set it up for I'll say this. No spoilers. Yes. Stay after the credits though. A lot of people were leaving. Yeah. You can tell people they definitely got a little Marvel moment where you need to stay. You gotta wait through and don't leave after the first, just like some of the Marvel movies.
Yeah, so because they know these are the niggas that made Black Panther. So they know what they're doing.
Stay after both sets of credits and get your fill of sinners.
Is it like what kind? Is it like a psychological type joint?
Damn,
It's a
see,
thriller.
this
It's
is
a
where
thriller.
now don't let
Thriller,
G
thriller.
talk, because G, I'm
I
telling
don't
you, I
wanna hear
know
what you
G
gotta say.
style. He'll spoil a movie in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I already know.
No,
I don't
it's
want
a
to
Yeah,
thriller.
chill.
It's a thriller.
I will
It's
say
a thriller. It's a thriller. It's not a horror movie. It's a thriller.
some people are calling it horror because of some of the elements. But like I would
It's a
lean more
thriller.
thriller too, because it was more thriller to me. But if you're going with a lady, she might think it's a horror movie.
Nah, I'm about to hit that dolo. I'm about to get fried as fuck probably on like Saturday and go watch that shit.
Do a matinee, man. I ain't trying to spend no crazy dough, man. Do matinees, $5.
Genius.
Oh
Genius.
yeah, and happy Mother's Day weekend. Shout out all the moms out there.
Oh
Mother's Day's
yeah,
weekend
shout
this
out to
weekend.
all the single ladies, man. All the
Spend some
single
time
mamas.
with your mama, man.
We're happy Mother's Day, man. Happy Mother's Day. All right, fellas. Excellent show, man. We're gonna see how this last game ends. You know how we end every show. Sports for the culture.